Ladies and gentlemen, a very beautiful morning with only 2 minutes to it being afternoon, and welcome to the lovely, most magical day of Kalpi and Stefan. Now, of course, before we start the beautiful day, we'd like to remind all of you that it's a day of love and celebration, and because it is that, ආදරෙන් පිරුණු දවසක් නිසා මම කැමති හැමෝගෙම උත්සාහය තමන්ගේ අපි හැමෝම සහයෝගී වෙලා මේ ලස්සන දවස තවත් අලංකාර කරන්න කියලා ආරාධනා කරනවා. ඉතින් කල්පි ස්ටෙෆාන් ඒත් එක්කම අපේ ලස්සන රෙටිනියු එක සූදානම් වෙලා ඉන්නවා. ඇතුල් වෙන්න මම කැමති හැමෝගෙම ඉල්ලන්න අපි අසුන් වලින් නැගිටිමු. Let's all stand and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the absolutely beautiful retinue and the couples. We're going to start with Saheli and Shannon, bridesmaids and best men. Lawali and Hashim. Amavi and Marcello. Kalpi and Raj. The bridesmaids, Zalushka and Savanos. The groomsmaids, Stefan and Stefan. Party groom's brother Stefan and his wife Avisha. And last, of course, but definitely not the least today, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the couple of the day, Stefan and Kalpi. We have the beautiful couple going towards the lamp, the oil lamp, right there.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. No matter to the long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said, I bet they'll never make it. Not just to look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one, still the one.
gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to the absolutely magical day of Kalpi and Stefan. Shall we have a big round of applause? අපි දෙමුද ලොකු අත්පුඩියක් දීලා ආරම්භ කරමු මේ ලස්සන දවස. I love that. I love that applause. It's good energy. So what I always say at a wedding is that every single wedding might be just another wedding for us, right? It's another day. Is it? What's today? Saturday? Sunday? Yeah? It's another day for us, probably. But to the beautiful couple, it's once in a lifetime, isn't it? Yes. So every applause that you give, right? Every smile that you show them, every single shout that you give them, they will remember for the rest of their lives. So ladies and gentlemen, when we ask for applause, don't hold back. ලෝභ වෙන්න එපා අත්පුඩි එක්ක අත්පුඩි පුළුවන් තරම් දෙන්න. මොකද මේ ලස්සන යුවලට ජීවිතේට විශේෂම දවසක් එන්නේ මේ වගේ එක සැරේ. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you support that, because what I'd like to start with is of course that the fact මං ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කිව්වා පොඩි කතාවක්. මොකක්ද කිව්වේ? ඩුබායි ඉඳලා ඉතාලියට කොච්චර දුරද කියලා නේද පටන් ගත්තේ. කොච්චර දුරද කියලා ඇහුණාද කට්ටියට? ඇහුණාද? මතකද? ආදර කතාව දන්නේ නැති අයට මම කියන්නම් දන්නවත් ඇති. ඒ වුණාට කිලෝමීටර් 6000කට ආසන්න දුරක් තියෙනවා ඒ රටවල් දෙක අතර. ඒ රටවල් දෙකක ඉඳලා මේ ෆෝන් කෝල් එකකින් තමයි ආදර කතාව ආරම්භ වෙන්නේ නේද? ඒ ආරම්භ වෙලා බලන්නකෝ ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන දුර. ඉතින් ආදරේ ඉරණම කියන්නේ ඔන්න ඕකයි. ආදරේ කියන දේ අපිට කවදාවත් ප්ලෑන් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hands up if anyone's married here. Anyone who's married? Couples who are married? සමහරක් අය පොඩ බයයි වගේ අත උඩට දාන්න. බයද? නෑ නේද? එක අතයි උඩට ආවේ. Only one married couple here. Anyone else married? No one? No one's married? Okay, so if you have married and if you are with someone you love, plan කරලා ආදරේ පටන් ගත්තේ. මෙන්න මේ දවස මෙන්න මේ කෙනාට මෙන්න මෙහෙම මම බඳිනවා අනිවාර්යෙන්. එහෙමද පටන් ගත්තේ නෑනේ නේ. කොහොමද පටන් ගත්තේ? අපි ආදරේ කියන දේ කවදාවත් plan කරලා නෙමෙයි ආරම්භ කරන්නේ. So ladies and gentlemen, love is something that catches you off guard. You might have found it yesterday, you might find it today, or you might find it 6,000 kilometers away from a phone call. But love finds its way, and you can't stop the destiny of love. So ladies and gentlemen, when I asked the beautiful couple, what's one thing that keeps the two of you together? තමන් දෙන්නගේම අතර තියෙන විශේෂම දෙයක් මම ඇහුවොත් එimhe මට නිතරම ඇහුනේ එක වචනයක්. විශ්වාසය. Trust is a beautiful word that I found. So love is bound by trust. But love and all things apart, I have another question to you. How does a moment become a memory? හැමෝගෙම ඇහුවොත් පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් අපි ආරම්භ කරන කලින් මොහොතක් මතකයක් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? දන්නවද? පිටිපස්ස බෙලිය වලින් කියන බලන්න. මොහොතක් මතකයක් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? දන්නවද? පුංචි කාලේ එහෙම තිබිලා නැද්ද අපි යාළුවෙක් එන්ජොයි කරලා නේද? ඊට පස්සේ අවුරුදු 10ක විතර පස්සේ මතක් කරනවා කවුරු හරි නේද? මතකද එදා කියලා. නේද? ඒ කොහොමද ඒක වෙන්නේ? ඇයි එහෙම මතක් වෙන්නේ එක මොහොතක්? මේ අද වෙන්නෙත් එක්තරා මොහොතක් තමයි. මේ මොහොත මතකයක් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? ඕගොල්ලෝ තව අවුරුදු කීපයකින් මේ දවස ගැන කතා කරාම මේ ලස්සන යුවලටම මොහොතක් මතකයක් වෙන්නේ ආදර හිතවත් හැමෝම එකතු වුණාම. So ladies and gentlemen, a moment becomes a memory when loved ones come together, when you recall this absolutely magical day. That is why we have speeches from loved ones, because moments become memories when loved ones talk and remember those beautiful memories. So for the first speech, ladies and gentlemen, shall we all put our hands together and welcome the bride's brother Marcello and Shiranka.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone's having a good time. For those who don't know me, I'm Shiranka, bride's Punji, but she never called me Punji, she always called me Akka. So I've had the privilege of watching Kalpi grow from a very little girl to this beautiful bride we see today. Honestly, it was like yesterday. She was much shorter, much quieter, and probably plotting to boss everyone around her. Kalpi, you have always been kind, graceful, and full of energy. Whether in your studies, on netball court, or in the pool, you gave your best your best at everything you do. As the elders of two younger brothers, you have always mastered the good qualities of leading and caring. Those skills will serve you well in your married life. Stefan, welcome to the family. From the moment you came into Kalpi's life, it was always clear that you were the perfect match for her. You have joined a family that loves deeply, loves loudly, and gives you advice freely, even you need it or not. Marriage is about love, patience, and understanding. And it's occasionally about deciding what to watch on Netflix and what to cook for dinner, or maybe whether to order or not. But with the love and respect you two share, I know you will handle it wonderfully. So, on behalf of our family, I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, laughter, and God's blessing. And now, before I reveal too many family secrets, I would like to hand over to someone who knows her better than me. So I would like to invite Marcelo to continue this. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause. Marcelo.
Good afternoon, everyone. My sister and I grew up together. We were always side by side. She's part of who I am, and we never needed many words to understand each other. Even now, we don't talk too much. A few looks, a few gestures are enough, so we protect each other always. We shared the same room our whole lives, so it will feel strange not seeing her at home anymore, not seeing her under my bunk bed, not hearing the late night phone calls with Stefan. Yeah? I will never miss the things that annoyed me, even when I used to yell at you. When we were little, I used to be very annoying and Akka would hate me. Once she actually tried to push me down from my stroller, so she has some homicidal tendencies, yeah? Be careful. Make sure not to upset her. May the Lord bless you. I not often show how grateful I am to have you as my sister. In fact, I probably treat you badly just like you do with me, because that's our language, no? You have been, you are, and you always will be a second mother to me. Stefana, you should know this. She already has 2 children, my brother and me. When our mom couldn't take care of us, she did. She didn't know how, but she tried her best. She stepped up so much that my classmates even thought that she was my mom, so I will never forget that. And I wish everyone in this room a sister like mine, because no matter how much I complain, she has never ever made me lack anything. You spent your whole life taking care of others, so now please let someone take care of you. Masina, I'll tell you this already. You'll have to get used to living next to her, because she's quite special. Sensitive, but tough as a rock. Funny and annoying, loving and unbearable, everything. I've known her my whole life, for that I'm sure that with you, she's really happy.
Put up with her the way I did for my 70 years of life, and I assure you that it's worth it to have a lot of fun. You're meeting in part of me, so take good care of each other. Okay. You're grown into a woman, now a wife, and for the first time your responsibilities are no longer yours. You've already done enough, so you deserve a long, peaceful completion. You deserve it. And now I want to talk to you, so I'll save in time in a moment. Anche professore, che aveva un'altra persona all'atto che non vedi dare attenzioni, però per favore non ci abbandonare, va bene? Stai bene, allora ti sai, ci sei. Se sei stata allora non ci abbandonare, non te lo prima. Looking. That's it. You have to grow up too fast, and that's why more than anything that Stefana did, I give you the lightning sensitivity that maybe you didn't always get to have. Not a perfect love, but a real one. When the land lives, fights, and still chooses each other every day. And as we say in Italy, l'amore non è bello se non è litigarello. That means love isn't begin to the desert, and if there's a there is fire, there is love in it. So I wish you long life together will draw forward when we overcome everything side by side. That's incredible. Thanks.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Irandi, the groom's cousin, but in my heart, he will always be my own brother. My earliest memory of Stefan goes all the way back to the day he was born. I remember standing there as the nurse brought him out of the theatre. So tiny, so cute, so unbelievably peaceful. I didn't know it then, but there started a lifelong bond of love and friendship. As we grew up, our childhood was filled with fun and little bit of chaos, especially at our grandparents' house in Kottayam. We played countless games, ran around endlessly, and we turned every corner of that house to a place of imagination. As children, we played without a worry in the world. As teenagers, we talked, and we really talked, about school, dreams, love, and life. We shared secrets, worries, and hopes for the future. Through every stage of life, what never changed was who Stefan is. He is kind, caring, respectful, and quietly dependable, a true gentleman in every sense. And this did not happen by accident. Chut Auntie and Prasanna Uncle did their very best in raising him with so much love. It truly shows in the man he has become today. One of the many things I admire about Stefan is the deep respect, love, and care he offers his family and the parents especially, something that speaks volumes about his character. Watching him grow, succeed, and still remain grounded has been one of my greatest joys. Then Stefan met his beautiful wife, Kalpi. When she entered his life, something shifted. He became more calmer, happier, more complete. Kalpi, thank you for loving him the way he deserves, and for standing beside him and becoming part of our family so naturally. As someone who knows him as a sister could, I couldn't have wished for a better partner for him. To my brother Stefan, today I don't just see the man standing here, I see the little boy I once loved, the little baby I saw out of the theatre, and I see the man now here, ready to build a life full of love and respect. Kalpi and Stefan, may you two find your home in each other, filled with love, kindness, friendship. God bless you both.
ඉතින් මම අපි පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරමු අපේ ඒ කාලේ ගැන. උඹ විශ්ව එතකොට ශ්‍රේනාල් සචි especially අපේ ගොඩසෙන් එක. There was so many memories as boys we did a lot of crazy things. මට මතකයි ඒ දවස්වල අපි family get together එකක් වෙනකන් දවස් ගණන් කරනවා. මොකද අපිට පිස්සු කෙලින්න ඒ දවස්වල අපි පට්ට close, right? We really enjoyed our lives together, but today we are in different countries. ඒත් අපේ බොන්ඩ් එක ඒ වගේම තියෙනවා. ඒකයි අපි මෙතන ඉන්නේ. නැත්ද විශ්ව? කොහේ හිටියත් අපි එනවා. ඉතින් Stefan, I'm not going to say everything here. You have plenty of time to share with Kalpi our crazy memories. Not only the adult scenes as young boys, but we also had big dreams and strong plans to become successful one day and to keep the bond forever. I believe that even though today we are in different places, each of us is climbing towards our goals. Enjoy කරන වෙලාවට අපි enjoy කරා. ඒ වගේම serious වෙලාවට අපි කට්ටියම එකට හිටියේ. I especially want you to tell you this, Kalpi. There were days with ups and downs. But during those times, Stefan was the most responsible and serious one among us. Simply, he is a responsible man. There is so much talk about, but I'm sure we will have plenty of time in the future as families come together to share all these memories again. For now, Let's enjoy the beautiful day. May God bless both of you. සතුටින් ඉන්න. මට අද හරි සතුටින්ම chance එකක්. Thank you all.
මෙහෙම දෙයක් තියෙනවා. ස්පීචස් දෙන කෙනා අනුව එක්කෝ ආදර සුන්දර ලස්සන මතක මතක් කරනවා නැත්නම් පටි රෝල්. ඒනොට ඒ වගේම හිටපු ළඟින් ඉන්න අයගෙන් තමයි ඔය වගේ ලස්සන කතා හම්බෙන්නේ නේද? ඒ අතීතේ මං කලිනුත් කිව්වා ඒ මොහොතවල් මතකයක් වුණා අතීතේ ඒ මතක අද මතක් කරලා දෙන්නේ බලන්න කොච්චර වාසනාවන්ත වෙන්න ඕනද ආදරෙන් ඔය දෙන්නම නේද? ඉතින් ඒ වාසනාවෙන් ඒ ආදරෙන් එකතු වෙලා අපි මේ අද ඉන්න දවස මේ දවස ගැනත් මේ ඉන්න කට්ටිය අවුරුදු 10ක් 15කින් පස්සේ කතා කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. අන්න ඒක තමයි විශේෂත්වය. That is why we have loved ones at wedding. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the importance of words. වචනේ විශේෂත්වය කියලා කිව්වත් වැදගත්. මොකද අපි වචන වලින් අපි බද්ධ වෙනවා නේද? වචන වලින් කලාවෙන් මේ සියල්ලම අපි බද්ධ වෙනවා. So that is also why we have a toast at a wedding. That is to make sure that we rejoice and celebrate. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have your glasses ready because we have the toast coming up next, and for this I'd like to invite the groom's brother Shanal and of course cousin Archana as well. Shall we have Shanal and Archana, ladies and gentlemen, who are here with us, ready for the toast? Yes, they are. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for these two beautiful souls.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Stefan's cousin, the elder sister, Sachi. So Elrin gave us a little introduction about me as well amongst all the boys. Thank you for that. So we've heard so many wonderful things about Stefan and Kalpi. So I promise I will not take too much time because his own blood brother is standing next to me with a huge emotional toast. So I will not take his precious time. And so just a few words, Stefan, initially. I also speak on behalf of my husband today, who is abroad at the moment. So thank you for everything. He has been a wonderful brother. He's a quiet person who is very thoughtful, who has been watching every one of us from far apart. And he is someone who you can always come and ask for help, which simply means he is someone who is always there for you. So he's been that kind of brother, no matter how, Sachi, that's how things are. So he's been such a wonderful brother. This unity today that I see is a very special unity because the lovely bride seated next to Stefan is also my student so many years ago. So I was her teacher back in her teenage days. So I know this child for quite a long time. So when I first heard from Chuta Auntie that Stefan is with Kalpi, I was wholeheartedly happy. I've known this child. She has been a very loud, she still has a loud laugh, funny, and also a very strong girl at the time, but today she's a beautiful bride. I'm sure she definitely has all the qualities to be a wonderful wife for Stefan. So it makes me really happy to see the two of them together. And I would pass it on to Shanal. I think Shanal has a lot to say. So over to you, Shanal.
Thank you, Sachi. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I begin, if you don't know me, I'm Shanal singer. I have the honor of being Stefan's one and only brother. But if I'm being honest, that word has never felt big enough for me. Growing up, Aya wasn't just my brother. He was my protector, my guide, and in so many ways, another father to me. When life asks more of us than it should have, he answered with strength, patience, and love. He carried responsibility on his shoulders, quality, never asking for recognition, only doing what was right. Some of my best memories with Aya are from the time I spent with him in Dubai. Those moments may not seem big to everyone else, but to me, they meant everything. That was where I didn't just see my brother as someone looking after me. I saw the man he truly is. We talked, we dreamed, we laughed. We shared quiet moments in those days. He taught me more about life, faith, and responsibility than he probably even realized. I also want to thank Kalpi's parents and to my Ami and Tati. Ami and Tati, thank you for every struggle you carried, silently and endless patience. Raising Aya alone was already impressive. Raising both of us deserve a medal. You gave us strength when we had none, hope when times were hard, and love without conditions. Thank you for every sacrifice, every struggle, and every prayer. Everything we are today is because of you. Aya and Kalpi, may God bless your marriage with patience and a love that grows stronger with every season. May your home always be filled with love and laughter and grace. So I would like everyone to kindly stand up and to raise a glass to this beautiful couple. Let's all raise a glass to a love written by God, to a marriage guided by faith, and to a lifetime of blessings for Stefan and Kalpi. Ladies and gentlemen, to Kalpi and Stefan. Cheers. May God bless you all, both always. Thank you for everyone. Let's enjoy this beautiful day and cheers.
Not sure if you know this, but when we first met, I got so nervous I couldn't speak. In that very moment, I found the one, and my life had found its missing piece. So as long as I live, I love you. Will heaven hold you? You look so beautiful in white. And from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So the sprinkle moon is in your hair, of golden starlight in your eyes, so blue. And that is why all the girls in town follow you all around. Just like me, they long to be and close to you. And just like me, they long to be close to you. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows and surely to the sea, and darling, so it goes. And some things are meant to be, 'cause we were just kids was when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, but darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine.
It's a very special moment. Now, what is this moment? I'd like to ask you what this moment is about. මේ අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පුංචි කාලේ එහෙම කැමති පොඩි ළමයි දැක්කම කියනවාද ක්‍රයොන්ස් වලින් එහෙම අඳින්න කැමති. පරිත්තු උඩ ගන්න කැමති නේද? ඉතිවිලක් අඳින්න. නැත්නම් විද්‍යුත් එහෙම අඳින්න කැමති. ඒ වුණාට අපි යුනිවර්සිටි පාසල් ඒ දවස්වල එහෙම සින්දු කියන්න නටන්න ගොඩාක් ආස නේද? ඔය ඉස්කෝලේ කාලේ පෙර ගහන්න මේසෙට එහෙම පෙර ගහන්න ඉස්කෝලේ. ඒ වගේ ඇයි අපි මේ ආස? මේ වගේ දේවල් වල සින්දු කියන්න නටන්න නේද? කොච්චර සීරියස් කියන්න ජීවිතේ. මෙතන කට්ටිය ගොඩක් සමහරකයි සීරියස් කිව්වේ. සීරියස් කිව්ව ඕනේ නැහැ. අපි මොකද ජොලි ඉන්න කැමති නේද අපි හැමෝම. සින්දු කියන නටලා චිත්‍ර ඇඳලා ඇයි මේ? කලාවෙන් මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? කලාව කියන දේ අපි චිත්‍ර ඇඳනම සින්දු කිව්වම නේද? නටන්න ගත්තම පොඩි ඇඟට දැනෙනව නේද? මොකක්ද ඒ? අපි කට්ටිය යාළුවෝ එක්ක මහාරාසනේ සින්දු කියලා නටන්න. චිත්‍රයක වදින්න චිත්‍ර අඳිනවා නේද? නේද? ඇයි? කලාවෙන් වෙන්නේ අපිව බද්ධ වෙනවා. අද ඒකයි. කලාවෙන් අපි කොච්චර දුරස් හිටියත් අපිට බද්ධ වෙන්න හැකියාව දෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ ෆස්ට් ඩාන්ස් එකක් කියලා වෙඩින් එක තියෙන්නේ ඇයි? අස්සල යොල ඒ ආදරෙන් බද්ධ වෙනවා කියන එක සංකේතවත් කරන්න තමයි. So ladies and gentlemen, before the beautiful first dance, we have the father-daughter dance. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hear the biggest round of applause that you have for the absolutely wonderful father-daughter dance. Let's have our bride and the father up on stage, ladies and gentlemen, with the biggest Ladies and gentlemen, this is the love of a father and a daughter, now being passed down to the son that is now coming into the family. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the couple's first dance. Let's have a beautiful round of applause for the first dance, a moment full of warmth and love, and bringing you to the next chapter of your life. Kalpi and Stefan, let's have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for their first dance. lukuan po niya. Come on everyone, to the beautiful couple, right Kipeting? Right. Abi den taken from the groom's side. Groom's side. Groom Kipeting, denne bande. Den Kipeting med ketulah denne bande lukusat dek. Both sides. Kipeting med ketulah, Kipeting med bride and groom. All right, keep the energy up, ladies and gentlemen. It's a day of celebration and it's a day where you get to enjoy. And of course, we have the amazing Beats of Magnify to make sure that we don't get bored and we are fun and we're going to get to enjoy as much as possible. So have your dinner, have your lunch, pardon me, have your drinks and have your lunch.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy. If you will only say the same. If you leave me and love another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. My sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. No, please don't take my sunshine away. Something up here. Montana only within me. Listen to me, beautiful. One more time. Beautiful, everybody. All right, something more. Everybody. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I'm doing. Something I'm giving you, gentlemen. Beautiful. Yeah. I'll do the bottle. Need the bottle. See the end of the city. No more holiday now. If you hit the batia, go hit the bottle. No more holiday now. If you hit the batia, go hit the bottle. Have you already come on? Let's have something. That's the Sundari. So come along here. So retaliate. Hey, the fury. So come along here. So retaliate. Hey, the fury. All right. Dia rani pura, makai kabulu bati. Lobo teridina, ini kita nantian, tuh kita mana mali. Lobo teridina, ini kita nantian, tuh kita mana mali. Everybody, beautiful. Udah rata kamu, kasihana sundari. Suku maladum hidu, suratali. Hello, the studio. So come on, hidu, suratali. Hello, the studio. Yeah. Something up to just want to see, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dora Elephant. I am Suda Danda. Let me take something up here. Beautiful. Yeah. All right. Honey, mama, ina kota Dora. Maybe Arangona ude matakia hoila beda. Suna tuition me mea. Baba magna na na ko. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention for a while. The buffet will be closed within 5 minutes. Buffet will be closed in 5 minutes. Please make sure to have your lunch before that, everybody. All right? Now, look at this other thing. Baby, Arangona ude matakia hoila beda. Suna tuition me mea. Something which is really for that everybody. Me wale khiji ke dane kade apne sath mein kiya bola sakta hu uska dance. Iva da yakiti mi tani tirina thi gila, Madina, sana semua begitu mati. Malin malam tapi mu, kuning tu bergerak. Yang tama, rasa ini nama dah, oh saya gini ya. Yeah, alright, come on. Yeah. Kau demi kepentingan kemana yang hikaya Riti bela Riti apa? Asal kembali mana kita Asal kembali mana kita Asal kembali mana kita Ani apa kau tak kian mana Apa say? Ani asal kembali mana kita Ani asal kembali mana kita Asal kembali mana kita Ani apa kau tak kian mana Ani apa kau tak kian mana Ani apa kau tak kian mana Beautiful, alright Something from that freezing about Alright We need more people to dance and feel everybody enjoy Yeah It's calling out baby Lalu di kante Suke kata Lasciami che lei secca Dile che mette Orda è stinare che dai Uno amo lascia And I'm singing Come vieni dammi capelli Sono sempre bene Ogni che è spaccata Ora tu basta nada Solo che non ti mette Ma che basta meglio Alright Sono Ladies and gentlemen, this is feeling hot. Everybody, we need more people to dance the floor. Come on, all right, sing. Party people, started down, feeling hot, hot, hot. Yeah. Sexy bodies, Dada's flowers, feeling hot, hot, hot. Yeah. What to do? It's so sweet, take your seat. My own body show. Are you ready to go? Shake it up, 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 up. No matter. Shake it up, 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 up. No matter. Shake it up, up, up. No matter. Shake it up, 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 up. Everybody sing. Ole, 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 ole. Alright, let's hear something from Gypsies, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, come on, let's get back and north here and this is. We don't know that. lo que no va. Como to con lo que le no me siento que te estás teniendo que por un yeah. Que regila ni me balane. Yeah. Rasa dari soya ini kai, ini kuda harus terus apa yang kita harus lakukan. Rasa dari soya ini kai, ini kuda harus terus apa yang kita harus lakukan. Kata suryo. खेलों के साथ ऐसे तुम्हारा आप भी खेलों टीमों में मैं तो बन ये alright what do you like to go to खेलों का प्यार करना कर रहे हैं लोग तो डांस करना काफी देख रहे हैं राइट क्लास से डांस करते हैं बनाने में गीत ये Alright, dan खेलो के साथ में पहनना पड़ा खेलो नियम आई खोलो इधर हरी सूर्य अरे आई बात खेलने के साथ में पहनना पड़ा Hayye ngồi hayye ha formula agarda thomo khulu sadda avi tek hariya lui rosa na thuro ge pa lui rosa here rosa na thuro ge pa lui rosa var ke bhai ane khedar hitiya formula agarda thomo khulu Api tek hariya lui Rosa na tu geta lui rosa Rosa na tu geta lui rosa Alright, something from Bollywood. Merdeka harus suasana harus diri sana pesa. Bumi bebe nikle merada bebas rahi rumah. Merdeka harus suasana harus diri sana pesa. Bumi bebe nikle merada bebas rahi rumah. Something from someone musical, ladies and gentlemen, this is coming to the call for ladies and gentlemen, listen to the better things of the day. All right. Yeah. All right. Para se tu call for it, y no le la desde. Así es la morre que no la compara, se baila la la guía fe. Para se tu call for it. Y no le la dejas de ver. Nadie la que la borre, la por baila, se baila, la tarena aquí a mí. Amma para baila que na olvida siempre. Baila por tu rata, por la baila champion. Abanca otra baila que na olvida siempre. Baila por tu rata, por la everyone. Ya la que la. Let's take आदरणीय खबर लेकर थके लगने के लास्ट में आसान से लेकर फिर थोड़ी देर में लास्ट में वजह ने डुबा डुबा खाती है अबे खबर लेकर तीनों डांस में के हो जाए Kalaya kepiyoriye ginanda Ay tu polin krono silpa menuba Nitani fola wa gono masadala Amatila salita ya kamala Suadi ki hirmi madina tumangna tuwa Fruti e kapi everybody work Boye uchai 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 Cuenta que ti llame, oh jaye, oh jaye, oh jaye, oh jaye. Right, Alright, so here, right, kami na alam ni guru ng request ka tino, hindi si Stefan play kami na. So ladies and gentlemen, starting from Punjab style, everybody. Last time dance ka tino, wala mas sudo video na fiyan ni guru ng request. Everybody, me and mine. Alright, yeah. Me and mine. Alright, yeah. Alright, sing it. something from Sri Lankan side. Muhudaya Masumaran, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, love you.